Thursday night, here we go with a live stream. And I think I will do the usual as we wait for the regular crowd to shuffle in. Okay. I'm gonna make a cocktail. Video. Please out of the way. Hey, Dontron, how you doing? Right. Need to get this out of the way. Oh, I gotta remember to upload another Tom Kitten video tomorrow and maybe make another one. Okay. Okay. I did not bring any of the fucking cameras in here. I always forget something. Yes! Cold in so much of the US at the moment. It's wild. Okay, well that was silly, but then again, I always forget something. So, doing that. Is that Hannah? Hello, how are you doing? Your end's so hot, you get extreme heat warnings. Ping to your phones. Yep. We've had Melbourne's dodged really hot summers for the last 4 years. This summer has been more consistently hot than I have to go back 5 years to get a summer like this. The rest of the country was getting blasted with heat. We just kept dodging it. Which I'm sure made everyone else, particularly Queensland and WA, were getting brutal temperatures. And we just weren't. Even New South Wales was copying it worse than us. But this summer, we get a little respite. We're in the middle of about 4 days of milder temperatures. But Monday's supposed to be frickin' hot again. So yes, for your reference, Dontron, our temperatures have been consistently 85, 95 Fahrenheit. We're in the middle of a few days that are around 70 to 75 Fahrenheit, which is like my ideal temperature. 20 to 24 Celsius. It's just great. Okay, so mixing glass. Rum, I think. I'm going to use this rum. And Ferg de Ferg. Okay, so I thought there was something filthy in my glass. It's just weird reflections or refractions. Cherry, that's what I need it for. Cherry liqueur, where did I put you? Seriously, cherry liqueur, where did I put you? Is that you? Cherry. All right. All right. Tiki bitters. All right. Get my phone. Want the recipe for this cocktail? And you had 32 today? You got 37. We've been getting temperatures like that for weeks, but like I said, we got like 4 days of much milder temperatures. You're getting 36. See, we're supposed to be getting like 39 on Monday. An issue with high humidity. Well, Hannah's up towards the tropics, so humidity is a big thing. Okay, through. I'm making a Leavenworth. Two ounces. Let's do this. Okay, 2 ounces of rum. Cherry is ready. All right, we're ready to go. Up there, I think. That's looking good. That's my sound. It won't take long. 2 ounces and one dash of tiki bitters. And what's that? Oh man, that cherry smell is really strong. So is the tiki bitters for that matter. Okay. Time to dissolve. We put some ice in. Come here, ice. Ice, baby. All right, mix. This is a very red drink. With a cherry. Gotta get it diluted. Oops. Stray bit of ice. Fucking hell. I need a cherry. I wasn't thinking. Come on, god damn it. God damn it. Stab. Hey, got 2 cherries. some reason I just had a peppermint twist in my mind. Okay. Okay, got that happening. Just do this talky bit and then be sitting down and chatting. Okay, let's go. G'day, cocktail lovers. This cocktail is called the Leavenworth. And I'm not really sure why, but I think the bar where it was created may have been near the Leavenworth area. Now, to me, what that sounds like is military prison. That's because of the movies and TV shows I watch. Bad soldiers are going to get sent to Leavenworth. Not particularly prison-oriented, this drink. It is essentially a variation on a rum old-fashioned. Ha! Stop talking just in time to get that freaking ice pumping. The big difference compared to a traditional old-fashioned is instead of a sugar syrup to sweeten it, it has cherry liqueur, and that's what caught my attention. In fact, it has a whole ounce of cherry liqueur, which is a lot of cherry going in with rum. I thought this needs to be a nice rum, and in fact, I decided to go with this. This is a Mexican rum. This is the most recent rum I've purchased, actually. Ron Los Valientes, aged rum, aged 15 years. And I got this first because I'd seen it on the shelf at a local bottle shop and I found the idea intriguing. Second, this happened to be on sale at about a third off. So there's my excuse. It's on sale, get some. And it's actually really nice. It has great brown sugar and caramelized banana notes in it. It's a nice sipping rum. And this is my first time using it in a cocktail like this. So I'll give it a taste. First, I'm going to put this down. This is a very red cocktail, obviously from a fairly sizable amount of cherry liqueur in there. Let's see what it tastes like. Unsurprisingly sweet. Unsurprisingly, very strongly cherry flavored. And honestly, it's got a little bit of reminiscence. If you've ever had a cough syrup with cherry in it, not in a bad way. I don't think, this is awful, this is cough syrup. But I got to be honest, I feel like that's maybe a bit much cherry syrup. No, not cherry syrup, cherry liqueur. Geez, maybe I should have sweetened it just with cherry syrup from my maraschino cherries. But I'll show you how I actually made it. In a mixing glass, put 2 ounces or 60 mils of an aged rum, then 1 ounce or 30 mils of cherry liqueur, and to round things out, just 1 dash of tiki bitters. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain that into a rocks glass, preferably over a big chunk of sexy clear ice. And I'm garnishing this with maraschino cherries on a skewer. I was just going to do 1 cherry. It seemed like a very fitting garnish for a drink that's so much cherry. But when I stabbed into my jar, I got 2 cherries first try. And I thought, well, if the cherry gods want me to have 2 cherries, who am I to say no? I love these Moresca cherries. They're awesome. Not like those weird fluorescent color cherries, which I don't hate, but they're rubbish compared to these. Anyway, your mileage may vary. I really enjoy these ones. This is interesting. In fact, now having had this, I feel like workshopping it to get a bit more of the rum coming forward. I think, honestly, 1 ounce of the cherry liqueur, I'm going to go on record. It's way too much, but there might be other ways to balance it. And as I said, I might actually do that experimenting. What, an excuse to drink more rum? When am I going to say no to that? Not today, Satan, not today. Or, you know, the good angel on my shoulder. Maybe it's Satan telling me to drink more rum. Who can tell? It's open-ended, is all I'm saying. I am going to sit down and finish this off and think upon how I could potentially improve it. I hope you're looking after yourself wherever you are. Hope to see you again soon. Until I do, I will say cheers. Okay. Sit down and drink some of my cherry cough syrup. Hey, Celtic King. So you're right while I was up there. All right. Just got to move some stuff. Okay. Shazam, y'all. I got Marvel Jones. He's a Southern Superman. Watching all them bad guys. 24 hours a day. I still got this box of stuff. And you know what? I'm going to move it. I cleared off the bed. I'm not going to sleep on the bed tonight. But I'm going to put that box there. Ruin all my work clearing the bed. Undead Bread. Hello. Okay. Now I get to settle down a bit. Yes, I am giving the devil his due right now. Ooh. You know, legit. Yes. I might do that now, actually. I've still got my Oreo Coke Zero in the fridge. I'm going to do it. I'm going to mix it like that. Because they're just little cans. So, all right. Excellent idea, Hannah. All right. Oreo Coke Zero, which is just like vanilla Coke with extra vanilla. Yeah, okay. You're intrigued by how reservations. Oh, there you go. Home for the elderly. Yeah, it is a bit like vanilla cola. But anyway. Celtic Soy VD talking to someone at the park, not the one he usually sleeps in. Probably telling poor guys following the true form of the truth. Oof. Yeah, he should watch American Primeval. He'd probably like how violent the Mormons are in that. Establishing their faith through force of arms. All right, pouring the cherry rum into the Coke to make a cherry rum and Coke. Oh my God. Look at that. It's a sign. Look how perfectly that fits in my glass. It's not even planned. There's my straw. I just want to stir it a little bit. Oh, VD, video dude. Old friend. Yes. He was someone who got very angry at me for, being a tool of Satan. Did you watch American Primeval? Yeah, I watched it. He thinks Brigham was a good leader. Yeah, well, it's all about Brigham Young being super violent. And basically everyone being super violent. Oh man, that fucking works. Hell yeah. I think that might be a you problem, Safa, as no one else has mentioned it. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a you problem, Safa. Oh man, that was a great idea, Hannah. Um, yeah, actually, well, it was a good cast overall, but the guy playing Brigham Young was very good. Oh, there's a whole long list of reasons to say fuck you, Brigham Young. And Noog, how you going? Yes, that period in the West was pretty violent because people were violently trying to lay claim to various areas. Oh, Hannah suggested because I made a drink that was rum and cherry liqueur. And I was talking about how it's probably too much cherry liqueur, and Hannah said have it with Coke. Then it's like a rum and cherry Coke. Awesome idea, really good idea. It really works. Yeah. No, that is because I actually don't like cherry cola, but that's good. It is still um, uh, slightly reminiscent of cherry cough syrup. Yeah, that guy's in quite a few things. Yeah, it seems like it was just you, Safa. Um, all right, I'm going to look him up just so we can see what he's in because I have seen him in other things. Sorry, they got me with a. All right, the Toxic Avenger. Recommend. Okay, fucking stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Okay, so we are looking up American Primeval. Let's look at the cast. The guy who plays Brigham Young. Where is he? There he is, Kim Coates. Oh my god. He just looks like a sleazy rock guy. Canadian American. He was in Sons of Anarchy. He was in Waterworld. Okay, where's his IMDb? Kim Coates. Kimcoates. I was in White House Plumbers. Okay, so he's in Sons of Anarchy and Mayans MC. I'm not recognizing any of the other things really. He's 6'2". He's a big fucker. Just the tiniest bit of rain. Video games. I like, and I fucking love Borderlands. I've got Borderlands 1 through 3. And I've got the expansion pack for 3. I still have to play that. Humidity was not a big thing in Dubbo. It's just hot. Don't like cherry Coke at all, but when you said super cherry, sounds like cherry Coke. Yeah. Yeah, I just saw the Peter Dinklage Toxic Avenger movie finally got a distribution deal. So it might be seen more widely. And yeah, you got to start. The further north you get, the more you get. But Sydney gets shite humidity sometimes, like fucking awful. But yeah, I mean, but when you go as far north as Darwin, with the actual tropics, it's just humid all the fucking time. I didn't watch all of White House Plumbers, but it was quite entertaining. Yeah. Oh my god, there's been so many big budget absolute disasters in the last year or so. Borderlands, Madam Web, Morbius, although I think that was a couple of years ago. Apparently, Craven the Hunter's terrible. What else? There's just been like spectacular failures. And yes, you're at the southern end of the tropics. Opening your front door's like opening an oven. It's run full temp for an hour. Yeah. Yes, it's Morban time. It was so funny when they re-released Morbius in cinemas because everyone was making memes about it and they said, maybe it's got buzz. People go and see it. They didn't. The memes were about how fucking bad it was. Not like, oh, we love it. It's like, no, this is shite. No, you've seen Craven? Like they stuffed 3 movies into a single trench coat for a film. Oh, that's the white supremacist one, yeah? I'm going to wait till that's streaming till I see it, but it looks intense. Is it intense? Yeah, I've been able to watch Morbius for ages, and I just haven't because it doesn't seem worth my time. Oh, that's what you heard. Okay, I've just heard people just pasting it. Yes, it's all about the Turner Diaries. I've seen the trailer from it. Nicholas Holt, playing a white supremacist. 10 out of 10 movie. Yeah. Okay. Because I think that's going to come. I think Amazon paid for that, so it's going to come on Prime pretty quickly. Oh, once again, Hannah, hat tip to you. Coke was a really good idea. Yeah, no, it is a bit real, definitely, Hannah. Broadly, we get low humidity, but sometimes it's a bit humid. It's like if it rains and then the sun comes out, that sucks. Happens a lot to movies being in development hell, but sometimes gems come out like Fury Road. You want development hell? Fury Road was in development in one form or another for almost 20 years. Yeah. Well, it's kind of it's kind of like the joke about Squid Games. Like, wow, I'm glad I don't live in the terrible world of Squid Game, just in the capitalist hellscape that inspired it. Look, speaking of the Order, listen to CZM's Weird Little Guys. No. Oh, Cool Media's. I haven't listened to it. I know the podcast you're talking about because they promoted it on Behind the Bastards, and I haven't been watching. Yeah, Furiosa flopped pretty badly, actually. I kind of want to rewatch that to see if I hate it. Oh yeah, Snowed in Florida. One of my YouTube cocktail channel pals lives in New Orleans. Lived there his whole life. They got snow. He said first time his entire life, snow in New Orleans. Dontron, you had to research National Alliance after saw it. Yeah, no, fucking wild. Yeah, 17 years for Fury Road. It was just, and the fact that that is so good is incredible. Even friggin' Rogue One had a year or more of development hell, reshoots and blah, 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 and it's fucking awesome. Duke Nukem Forever should have stayed in hell. It's fucking terrible. Yes. Promoted on Behind the Bastards. Does Robert Evans do the Weird Little Guys podcast as well? They clearly haven't listened to it. Oh man. Okay, that's actually yummy. I'm going to have to make another video. And I think a stronger rum too. Might be time to break out the Smith and Cross. Not all Smith and Cross. That's too intense. Yeah, I really like Robert Evans' work and the actual real journalism he's done. Conflict journalism, being in war zones, really intense. No, good joke you heard. We never had blizzard warnings from the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of America sucks. Yeah, it's all Trump's fault. Okay, I didn't know Robert Evans was doing Weird Little Guys. I thought it was one of the regular guests. Who did it? I haven't been listening to podcasts while I've been on break. I listen to podcasts at work because I can ignore them. It's like while I'm tapping away. So like when I'm like I public transport to and from work, I listen to audiobooks. I can concentrate. When I'm working, I like to have a little bit of low level noise to sort of screen things out, but I can still hear things, like hear if someone calls me, and it's either music or podcasts. I was saying Robert's just on Behind the Bastards. Well, right, okay. Well, we've got different point of view. I haven't listened to it, so I don't know. Everyone's saying, you rename all the oceans, keep you distracted. Dontron, I don't know either way. Noog seems fairly sure though. My office is not usually loud because the days I go in, not many other people do. Yeah, in fact, I don't think Trump is the greatest threat. I think it's the fucking psychos who are taking advantage of his presidency that are super dangerous. Oh, I just like my iPhone. I just listen on the Apple podcasts thingy. Easiest option. Man, that's a fucking winner with Coke. I rarely do that, mixing stuff with cola, but that's actually pretty good. Trump hates war. Trump doesn't mean anything anytime. Use an app called Pocketcast. Okay. Oh, everything bad gets tracked back to Reagan and Thatcher. Oh, yeah. No, those weird statements he's been making about Greenland and Panama. The Greenland thing is just fucking ridiculous. I genuinely think he's going to do some sort of military action on the Panama Canal, which would be a big fucking deal. Trump is pretty scary because he's got no boundaries. It's like Musk doing the Hitler salute. He did it deliberately to wind people up. And it was a literal, we're untouchable. I can do something that would have been thought unthinkable, and the Jewish Anti-Defamation League will support me because they're just fucking Zionists and they don't have an ideology apart from totalitarian control of that part of the world. Good luck with the canal. Drying up due to climate change. I don't know. I've not heard that. Well, there is apparently quite a lot of natural resources, and it's also in a strategic position militarily for the US. But the concept of, we should control Greenland is just fucking stupid. And the number of Germans, yes, Germans going, hey, this is a thing. We've seen this. This is an exact pattern. Hey, Heine. Wow. Sorry, that burp was just for you, Heine. God. Best case scenario is, yeah, I mean, I think we will see a real collapse in Trump's cognitive. I think he's already fucked. I think he'll get worse. No, I think the danger is the people in his cabinet and his staff taking advantage of the power. I've always loved that saying, history may not repeat itself, but it certainly rhymes. Yes, you use the Wolfenstein approach. I mean, why not? Great. Glad you appreciate the burp, Heine. Just for you, buddy. Nice Cookie Monster emoji. That's what it looks like to me anyway. I'm drinking Coke through a straw. Studies have shown empires last 250 years. America's 249 years. Yeah, well, I'll go and rewatch the recent Civil War film. Oh, I reckon they're going to drug him to fuck. I reckon you are absolutely right, Dontron. Apparently, that's how they kept JFK going. He had quite a bad back injury and was just amped on painkillers and cocaine the whole time. Yeah, Safa. Basically, his staff in his first term were out of control, but it still seemed like there were some guardrails. There just aren't at the moment. There's this complete control thing, and they don't care. And yes, it's very loose use of language to say the American Empire. Since World War II has been a whole thing, definitely. MJ's doctor to make a house call. I reckon Trump is just going to be hit up with so much gear. Yes, nothing bad ever happened to the Kennedys. Oh, God. If the Kennedy curse could just sort of take care of RFK Jr., that'd be a relief as well. Asaf, I thought you might ask. I had a light and easy meal, microwave a shepherd's pie with veggies because I thought I should eat veggies because I think I have not been eating veggies. And okay, I should eat some veggies. What have I got? And it was like a shepherd's pie with peas and beans and carrots. And I thought, yeah, I should eat some veggies. And it's just very tasty. But yeah, I made a deliberate choice to have something with veggies for dinner. I had a couple of the options had veggies, and I just went shepherd's pie. In fact, I think shepherd's pie had the most veggies of the options I had. Pineapple pizza. Well, you know, tomatoes a veggie. There you go. Speaking of JFK, funny but weirdly prophetic story. Okay, I want to hear this. Brett, 80-year anniversary of the end of WW2. Criminally ironic. Trump's touring starting another world war. Well, he literally doesn't believe in respecting anyone else's boundaries, borders, power. And you had a McOz burger. Mackey's finally brought back burger with beetroot. Yeah. Well, pineapple fruit, you know, you got to have a serve of fruit. You had a serve of fruit and a serve of veggies. Pineapple pizza. Doing good. I had a lime juice in my Pepsi Max. That's a serve of fruit. So, Noog, your story. JFK, one of his Secret Service agents, bring his family to meet him. JFK remarked to the man's family saying, "Oh, God, must be doing a good job because I haven't been shot yet. Damn." Oh, God, we could get into the minutiae. How do you pronounce it? I think most people pronounce it minutia. It looks like minute when you play. Of things that we think are fruit that are actually vegetables, or berries technically aren't fruit; they're their own thing. And some things we think are vegetables are actually fruit. It is actually complex. This is one of my newest ones, Celtic. I'll show it off. It's very bright. I got it because it's so. I don't have any yellow shirts. Yeah, it's very bright. Look at that. It's very bright. I got it because it was so different, and it's just a really nice, bright design. Dontron, absolutely true. And they also fuck the veterans over when they come back from conflict as well. Wacky food choices. Oh, dear. Potatoes, sometimes called the apple of the earth. It's a tuber. Yep, doing a fashion show. I do quite like this one. Again, this is one of my newest, so it's got novelty value for me. I think the next one on the rack, because shuffle them through and just take the next one off the rack. I think the next one off the rack is another new one that probably hasn't been on through. It's not as bright as this, but it's new and it's a nice design. So I haven't even counted them for a while. More than 40 of these shirts. Not getting any more of these till Trump crashes the US economy and the Australian dollar is closer to parity with the US dollar. That's assuming Dutton doesn't win the next election and crash the Australian economy. I'm sure there are some surviving WW2 veterans. Maybe. You're right. It is a long time. Oh, yeah. No, the lack of care for veterans is fucking appalling. It's like if you're going to send people off these fucking wars, you have to fucking care for them afterwards. Hannah's crocheting yarn color acid. Not sure if looks like toxic waste or staring at it makes you feel like you're tripping. Tariffs will have no effect on me, Safa, because that's the US putting tariffs on stuff going into the US. The shirts come from China. Would make them more expensive for people in the US. Actually, I take that back because the site has clearly anchored the prices on the US dollar and they just do a conversion. So the shirts are currently really or comparatively expensive. So if they continue to maintain that with the tariffs thing, if that pushes up the price in US dollars, it will push up the price here. Because like I said, it's pretty clear this site ties the price to the US dollar. Color acid, sorry to click that. Yeah. First of many years of the fascist, yeah. We're having machines fight the wars. Metal Gear Solid predicted the future. Yeah, it's just civilians are going to get killed by the machines. Family friend, actor's companion for that concentration camp survivor recently, who's 9 years old. Oof, yeah. Have popcorn for when MAGAs. Oh, yeah, it's like I said, he's just going to crash the US economy. And that's the thing. The rich people, oligarchs who are really happy Trump's in power, they're also happy with an economy downturn because the rich always benefit. The middle class, the working class, the poor always get fucked over by economic turmoil. The rich always get richer from economic turmoil. And that smart move. Nigerian crypto is a store for your wealth. Well, Musk wouldn't have been given the platform under Biden, I don't think. Halfway joking, but you do have, investments in Nigerian crypto backed in gold. Damn. Yeah, Dontron may be that Nigerian prince. I actually haven't played Metal Gear Solid. I'm aware of the game, but I've never played it. So crypto just called Goldcoin. Okay, yeah, I'm not that well versed in crypto. Although I was extremely tempted, like, the first thing, Trump brought out Trump coin and Melania coin. I was extremely tempted to get some simply because his fuckwit supporters are going to drive the price up. Good question. I don't know, Safa. I don't know enough about world politics and governments. And lots of countries have royal families that don't actually have constitutional control. It's a smaller number of countries that have a royal family that have some measure of constitutional control. Freaking yum. They used to. Well, that was always the Nigerian prince emails. It was like, we've been overthrown, but I've hidden all the money that we looted from the banks. And if you pay me some money, I'll get it out and I'll share it with you. I mean, well, yeah, let's look. Nigerian royal family. Wikipedia's entry on Nigerian royalty. Oh, okay, that's just a whole bunch of people. No, Nigerian royal family tree. Overview of traditional monarchies. Democratic nation since 1960. Storied chieftaincy system of traditional monarchs. Many still hold power today. The Yoruba, House of Fulani, and Igbo all have their own royals, as glamorous as the next. Whether they're appointed to the throne or inherited the throne, traditional chiefs are a beacon of cultural traditions. So they kind of sort of do have royal families in Nigeria. So you think I'd like Metal Gear Solid, stealth games, silly stuff, originally from Japan, good sci-fi lore, pretty. This is what I was saying about the machines and whatnot. David, hello, King Charles. There may be some influence, David. You may be right. They don't have any legislative power in Nigeria, like even less so than the British royals, who technically have legal powers, but would probably get into a lot of trouble if they tried to flex against the parliamentary government. Not an expert, so I might be wrong. Because technically, yes, when someone wins an election in the UK, the leader of the governing party or coalition, who's going to be prime minister, goes to visit the monarch and says, "I want to form a government. Do you have confidence in me to do that?" Yeah, technically, our head of state is the British monarch. They have almost no control, although we did have the incident in 1975 where the vice-regal representative, the governor general, sacked the democratically elected government, which was a legal, if controversial thing to do. And that was some fuckery. But yeah, it's very nominal that the British monarch is our head of state. Oh yeah, no, I think things are scary right now, generally. David, the Nigerian fellow who took a geology class with a few years ago, talked about having the Queen on their money. Interesting. Very interesting. You'd need to talk to an expert in constitutional law in the UK to answer that, and that ain't me. The monarch does have powers, but like I said, I suspect if they tried to flex powers and exert any control over the parliamentary party running the government, they'd run into a whole bunch of trouble. You love the idea of Lizzie having a ceremony or do you trust me thing and just going, no, fuck off, but fine. Well, there were things during the 20th century where, the Queen had to go along and say, hey, yeah, the Parliament no longer has confidence in you as Prime Minister. Someone else has to form a government. I have no idea. I think Mrs. Angry's attitude is just fuck the royals. Chuckles is just there. Forget about him. Royal family to do something stupid. Yeah, well, yeah. And then they do stupid things. They're pretty meaningless. Wonder how long he'll last. I mean, obviously, if he lives as long as his mum or dad, he's going to be around for another 20 years. But, him and that weird sausage fingers, he could drop dead anyway. My take on Norman Finkelstein is I don't know who that is. The UK has had several civil wars around the monarchy and resistance to the monarchy. Let me look up Norman Finkelstein. Norman Reedus. I'm glad he's the first. American political scientist. Politics of the Holocaust and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Finkelstein argues Israel is guilty of genocide. Okay, I'm on board with him. He's an anti-Zionist. Well, I'm on board with him now. Celtic, I agree. Inherited control is really fucking stupid. To the best of my knowledge, Mrs. Angry is not a royal. Very disparaging of the royal family. He's been shit-talking Alan Dershowitz. Everyone should shit-talk Alan Dershowitz, honestly. Oh, Norman Finkelstein talking about Trump. Trump doesn't need fascism. He has no opposition. Yeah, he's just got free reign, no guardrails. Ah, damn. The whole discourse around Gaza is fucking ridiculous. Be interesting if the Russian royals survive. That's why the Bolsheviks killed them all. Like, people go like, oh, why did they kill the children? Look, I'm not saying I'd be capable of doing it, but I know why the Bolsheviks did. Because any surviving member of the royal family would be a figurehead for people to rally around. So they just went, we can't afford to have any of them live. We said, pretty fucking extreme thing. And like I said, not sure it's something I could do. And did Brett, your ancestors once took James III hostage, tried for treason, stripped of land and titles. How different Britain look today if they succeed? Yeah, well, I mean, shit like that happened several times in the UK. So for a fucking bet they were going to flee. But yes, and then he got shot in the cellar. But yeah, any surviving member of the royal family would have been someone for counter-revolutionaries to rally around. And so the Bolsheviks made the rather brutal decision to kill all the children of the royal family. But again, when you look at the history of the level of oppression under the Tsars and whatnot, as retaliation, it's, again, not even endorsing or condoning brutal retaliation, but there's a difference between being able to understand why someone did something and actually supporting them for doing it. Navalny, yeah, I mean, he didn't like Putin, but then again, there were a lot of people who didn't like Putin who were pieces of shit themselves. I don't really know a lot about Navalny. He's just like, yeah, he was against Putin, so that's kind of good. Did Darth Lennon say that? Yeah, it's freaking. Oh, yeah, but that's what I mean. While understanding exactly why the Bolsheviks did it, don't know that it's something I could bring myself to do. Oh no, Tsarist Russia was fucking horrific. Famines and just torture, murder, and all sorts of nasty, nasty, nasty shit. Absolutely awful, the Tsarist regime. So they were held captive in exile, being told for their own protection. Revolution is closing, and they're going to take them to the cellar for safety. Yeah, there were just when you get particularly into the years of the terror under Stalin, stuff got so bad. Yeah, I'm sure Putin was very angry at the support for Navalny, but consoled himself with the fact, well, he's dead. I see you've read up on this, Hannah. Guards are given a target told not to stop until they're on. Damn. I've heard versions of that because it was in the cellar and the gunfire caused so much smoke they couldn't see anything in the end. But the brutality of Imperial Russia directly tied to why the Soviet Union eventually became so brutal. Yeah, I mean, it's just authoritarians. However they describe themselves, authoritarians tend to be brutal and violent. And also paranoid. So this is a clarified cocktail I made today, and I haven't tasted yet. I was halfway through filtering it, and Mrs. Angry knocked the filter over. If you're unfamiliar with the concept of clarified cocktails, you have to have a cocktail that has some acidic element, like citrus is the most common, and I made one that had orange juice in it. Then you add it to milk and it curdles the milk and you let it separate. And then you put it through a filter and the curds, when they settle, they filter the drink. And so you get a nice, clear drink. And it changes the flavor a lot. But anyway, so this was a thing of curdled milk and Mrs. Angry knocked it over. So it kind of looked like someone vomited on the kitchen bench. Took a bit of cleaning up. That's interesting. Yeah, I think they were probably using some sort of musket. Oh, there was always that folklore about Anastasia surviving. It's the rumor of how one of them may have survived. They couldn't identify all the bodies. Yeah. And of course, people who would fancied their chances of taking power back. It was in their interest to fuel those stories. Don Tron been listening to a new season of Blowback, talking about the Khmer Rouge. Yeah, speaking of abject terror, Jesus Christ, that was one of the many, many, many nightmare regimes of the 20th century. Just like, I'm sorry, you've got an education. We probably have to torture and murder you. Okay, we're looking at Wikipedia or something similar now. The history of the Russian royal family and their demise. That's really interesting. This drink was whiskey and a bitter aperitivo and maraschino and orange juice. And no additional sweetener. So it's not that sweet. It's very interesting. If there's L, Henry Kitchen. You know what? I named this stream basically after that Episcopalian bishop who did a service, and in a very calm, non-threatening way was saying to Trump, we should protect the most vulnerable people. Oh, this is all Hannah. Neurospicy fixation a few years back. Wow, you have retained it. That really sounded like coming straight from a text. Damn. Hyperfixation for the win. Anyone who stacks the skulls and evidence feeding to find, yeah, no, probably that's probably a sign of a bad person. So, Don, what were you saying about hell? So, seeing the right wingers with their unhinged attacks on the bishop, who literally just said, "Hey, Christ's actual teachings were be nice to people." And maybe we should protect the most vulnerable people. And they're all acting on him, just like they're cosplaying Christianity. Trump is very badly cosplaying Christianity, but all the fuckwits love it. And so someone who's espousing the genuine best of Christianity gets cast as the bad one. I'm like, this is one of those times where I wish I believed in that, because I would be really confident that Trump and all his cronies were spending eternity in hell. Sadly, none of that's real, and they'll never face any fucking consequences. Made a hot toddy with some Jewers. Nice. There's a really good, I guess it's basically variation on a hot toddy that you put a little bit of smoky whiskey in. Use chamomile tea. It's called Le Père Bière, which I think is a place. I think it's named after a place. If you like hot whiskey drinks, that's the one Mrs. Angry and I really like. Had to draw the line somewhere. So your internet search history didn't get put in this. Womp womp. Oh, I mean, they know. Yeah, I get the sarcasm, exactly. They know he is not a religious person. They know he's a rapist and a philanderer and a cheat and a liar and a con artist and a thief. But he serves their purposes, their grab for power. Trump will do what the religious right want just because he doesn't give a shit. And they don't give a shit. And he saw something the other day. Someone said we should have a museum run by neurospicy people. Wow, that would be awesome exhibitions and guided tours from the neurospicy folk too. He's genius. A new exhibit every 6 months. Go and be told what you want to know, not what it. Oh my god, yes, guided tour from the people who set up the displays. But the thing with the Christians supporting Trump when he's clearly fucking Satan, really reminds me of Zionist Israelis embracing the support of hard right evangelical Christians in the US. And they, well, okay, the Zionists embrace it just because the money and the support from anyone, that's all they want. They think the evangelical Christians are fucking morons. But the far right and the evangelical right in the US support Israel for one of two reasons, or a combination. One is just the military, having a military ally in the Middle East, giving them a toehold in all those oil-rich areas. The second is with the evangelicals. We think for them to see the rapture, Israel has to exist because the Antichrist is going to rise from Israel. So they're like basically saying to Israel, we're supporting you specifically because we think you're the devil. And the Zionists know that's the motivation of the evangelical American Christians. And they're just like, yeah, you're fucking idiots. We're just taking your money. And that's like the Christians who support Trump. It's like, they know he's the fucking devil, but it's literally like he serves our needs. He will enact policies that serve our needs. Oh yeah, no, they literally just say don't believe what you saw. And David, yes, there's the US Supreme Court is generationally fucked. You get told you walk very quietly. You're also clumsy as fuck, trip and fall at a key incognito moment. So you're not going to be a spy. Oh well. So if you walk quick, you're a spicy maybe. Who knows? Follow Twitch drama. Hassan Piker, biggest lefty streamers. No, that's you are misinterpreting that, Brett. He is not. Well, okay. What he said was, okay. Also, Biden didn't get a goddamn fucking thing out of Israel. What Trump got Israel to agree to was what Biden had proposed, but had been too spineless to apply any pressure on. The whole thing's a fucking farce anyway. What he was saying was, look, Trump got a result that Biden was incapable of getting. And there's a whole bunch of machinations behind that, which is exactly what I was saying before about the Zionists embracing the right in America and whatnot. It's all fucking games. But yes, to say as it's like you're suggesting Hassan Piker is supporting Trump when he absolutely categorically is not. An underrated movie that kind of predicted situation. Escape from LA. Those movies were fun. Hey, Pat, by the way, did I not say hello to you? Biden's just fucking awful. What? Okay, look at the timing. It was the Israelis tied it to Trump. Hassan Parker didn't tie it to Trump. The Israelis tied it to Trump. So they gave Biden nothing, and to give Trump good PR, they tied the ceasefire to Trump's incoming administration. Hannah, off for the evening. Thank you for the neurospicy contribution tonight. You do all go because you're getting distracted from the crochet. I get it. Time to concentrate. Biden's spineless. I'm not saying he's stupid. I think he's a piece of shit as a president. And yes, well, we never lost TikTok, Pat. America did for 12 hours or something. Again, Safa, my opinion of Trump saying, "Hey, Russia, you have to stop," or I'll say, it's just game playing. Him and Putin are buddy, and they're going to do something to make Trump look good. Oh man, that's a genuinely interesting drink. Damn. Might have to make the unclarified version and compare them tomorrow night, maybe. I'm not making any more cocktail videos tonight. I was going to do 2 tonight, and then I wasn't motivated enough. I made 1. One's enough. I almost did a little add-on for it after Hannah's suggestion of putting the rum and cherry with Coke. Turned out so good. But I didn't. No, I shouldn't. Me as a diplomat, I'd just be saying, shut the fuck up. I'm not very diplomatic. My whole diplomacy would just be telling people to shut the fuck up. Yeah, enough of your bullshit. Shut the fuck up. Got no time for bullshit. 95% of TikTok short form content to be brainwashed. I mean, yeah, I have started posting some of my short cocktail videos on TikTok, but I don't watch TikTok. Every now and then, I load stuff, I'm going to look at some stuff and go, This is not interesting me. I know I'm meant to search for something and it'll give me similar things, but TikTok does not have its hooks in me. Because I'm old, maybe. I'd be like LBJ. I guess that kind of was LBJ, wasn't it? That Texan sort of in your face shit. One of the funniest stories I heard about LBJ, well, like he had a nickname for his dick because he was always telling everyone he had a big dick. And he was upset at Kennedy having the reputation of being a womanizer and, having secret trysts in the White House. And LBJ's just be like, no, I fucked way more women in the White House than he ever did. It's just like, wow, LBJ, no filter. There you go. Yeah, I'm still a YouTube guy. Dad called me a butthead. Fair enough. Pat's dad knows what's going on. That's right, Jumbo. Oh my God, you know the story, Noog. Yes. LBJ called his dick Jumbo. My God. Hopefully, do a bit of TikTok. Saw one today, an interview, Mike Whitney, and how Who Dares Wins went down back then. Oh, wow, okay. Mike Whitney, for those who don't know, was famous as a cricketer for a while and then hosted a TV show. Do 1 or 2 times. Yeah, I don't watch much. Yeah. Noog, if you recall correctly, audio of LBJ ordering trousers. Yes, well, that's one of the stories I've heard. Yes. Dontron, you're a YouTuber. Boardhead. Forehead, 5 head, just huge head is what we're talking about. Oh, yes, LBG did interviews, yeah, and talked to foreign leaders on the phone, sitting on the toilet. That's what he used to say. Yeah, Safa, I don't want to get into details on LBJ's dick. LBJ wanted to go into details about the size of his dick. Me, not so much. I'm just not doing it. And Philly can't do the shorts. Tease you. Oh yeah, no, fuck that. You know what? Like the ones on Facebook, the short form videos on Facebook are always shit. Yeah, I've heard that if you stay on TikTok long enough, it figures out your interests and gives you an appropriate feed. I haven't been on it enough. I don't have a work phone, but yeah, it's the work computer. You're not meant to be on TikTok. In fact, I think it's blocked. Hey, how you going, Greg? Pat, you do YouTube and TikTok? Yes, I remember you being into TikTok, actually. Dontron, you want to point out the way Richard Nixon was a far better man? Oh, it's weird. Like, Nixon would get called woke by the weirdos today. Nixon created the EPA. It was weird. Yeah, the degeneration of politics is weird. Like, we thought George W. Bush was as low as the bar would go. Like, he made Nixon look like Superman. Fucking Trump makes Bush look like Superman. Fills me with dread of what follows Trump. How much further down can it collapse? Don't want to be too harsh but all the old people who control the Democratic Party need to fucking die. Just let old age take them, because they won't fucking retire, or they fucking will. Give, not that she's perfect or anything, but give AOC a run. Said Spyro Agnew. Oh, said the stuff that Nixon was recorded saying, "Tell those degenerate cowboys that Nixon's back." Oh, that's fucking Futurama, isn't it? Well, I wouldn't have thought the bar could be set lower than fucking George W. Bush, honestly. Trump has not seen his dick in 30 years. The porn star Stormy Daniels said it looks like the mushroom character in Mario. Did Nixon really propose a universal basic income? Yes, you remember the mushroom story too, Home for the Elderly. Yes, it's Stormy Daniels. Yes, I am an old man. And I swear to God, okay, so like I've had my longest break from work for a few years, like this 3 weeks I've had off, which is almost up now. 4 more days away from the office, then I go back into the office on Tuesday. It has made me go, hey, retirement. That would be awesome. I would be so fucking happy doing nothing. I don't have the money to do nothing, but people worry about, oh, I don't know what I'd do if I retired. I fucking know what I'd do if I retired. In fact, if I'm still around and kicking and can be even vaguely coherent, if I retire, I'm going to be a full-time Twitch streamer, just going to promote myself as the oldest man on Twitch. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi needs to fucking go. Chuck Schumer needs to fucking go. All that old goo. Oh, when's hospital happening, Pat? Because I know that's been gearing up for a while. We're all going to send out all the positive vibes for a good result for your surgery. So Nixon wanted to do away with entitlement programs, give people straight money was an actual thing. Okay, interesting. Now I'm thinking, what will I have a drink? I think one of my spice things, I have spiced whiskey and spiced brandy up there. 28th, so next week. Oh, fucking, if I had the money, retirement would be awesome. Ah, okay, so you're retired, people asking you bored? Absolutely not. No, there's no way I'd get fucking bored. 3 weeks, just a taster. I'm like, yeah, all I need is the fucking finance. Because I'm too young to get a pension. So I don't know, win lottery, buy some Trump crypto and profit off his fucking idiot followers. I don't know. Actually, the whole crypto thing generally will be interesting, you know, because it's a fucking shell game. It's a scam, but it's like most gambling and shell games. If you get in at the right time, you make money just because other people lose. Basically, being self-employed is like retirement. Yeah, I think most self-employed people work hardest of all. But yeah, I've had a really good time on this break. I'm fine with going back to the office. I'm looking, I'm fine. I don't remember anything. I say, yeah, no, crypto is a fucking scam. It is. It's anyone who says that is it an investment is a liar or an idiot. It's gambling. It's really high stakes gambling, and for people who do it at the right time. Oh yeah, Dontron is a house of cards, and it might, for certain people, be very profitable in the coming years. And I'm so fucking serious. You know, Trump meme coins and whatever, because his idiot followers will pump up the price of it. But I don't have any spare cash at the moment. I even like horrible radio person Carl Sanderlands said that like he bought $10,000 of the Trump coin or the Melania coin, and you know, woke up the next day and the price on it was 700,000. I think so long as you acknowledge that crypto is gambling and you could lose absolutely everything, then fine. But if you talk about it being an investment or a thing of real value, You're either a liar or a fucking idiot. And for the elderly, people who are self-employed say they work out just trying to cover up how much easier. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad that you're speaking for success on your side. Very glad to hear it. What's the time? 9:21. Okay. I don't even remember what whiskey and what brandy I used in this. What's this? Spiced whiskey, which is a thing, and it's a good thing. It's yummy. I might make a video of making this next time, because I think I'm going to make some more of my sugar syrup soon. That's where I get it. So I am just going to get a little bit of sugar syrup, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Probably don't need any bitters because of the spice and the whiskey. Oh man, this stuff is so fucking yummy. Do that. Alrighty. All right, Home for the Elderly loves you. It's the other thing, loving your work. Might send you a sample of this too. Something unique, spiced whiskey. I have several of the Crystal Skull vodka bottles, which I bought just for the bottle. I bought them when it's on special. And so it's the equivalent of paying this one here. This is my homemade orange liqueur. Crystal Head. I think does the other one have something in it somewhere? Not even sure where the other one is. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd is a part owner or was a part owner in Crystal Head. Made a lot of money running Home for the Elderly. Nice. Last year was better than 2 years working at Kmart. Excellent. David, what kind of job I have? Okay, that took like 5 years to build up, and I spent way too much on it. Like if I thought hard about how much I spent, I'd be horrified. I was doing contract IT work. I'm currently in a permanent job with the state government doing cybersecurity. So yeah, okay, so what this is, okay, so I make a sugar syrup where I get a couple of apples, slice them thinly, cover them in brown sugar, and the brown sugar kind of leaches the juice out of the apple and liquefies. And then I get cooking spices, like the stuff you're using, cinnamon, star anise. I have allspice, cloves, the cooking spices. And I put them in a saucepan and cook them up a bit so they're toasted a bit and the flavors start coming out. And then I add the syrup and apple to them, and a little bit of water usually to make sure the sugar completely dissolves, and let that simmer for a while so all those flavors go through, and then strain it out. And I have this really awesome sugar syrup that's great for old fashions in particular. But then I have all the cooking spices that have been toasted up, and they kind of are all sweet and stuff. So what I did is, after straining them out, because I only wanted the liquid in the sugar syrup, then I put the cooking spices into whiskey and left them, I think it was only for a week or so. So I got a spiced whiskey and a spiced brandy, and it's really fucking yum. So, oh my God, that's really good. That's like so cinnamony. Considering you had a stroke, can't drive, etc., hard to get a highly qualified job. Yeah, okay. Well, but now you're working on it. I know I've had permanent jobs in the past. Like I started contracting after I'd been working in permanent jobs for about 5 years, and then I contracted mostly for 20 years. There was a 2-year stint where I was in a permanent job that was just post Y2K when jobs were very hard to come by. And this role, I started contract, and I was contracting for 3 years, and I've been permanent for about, I don't know, 18 months. Yeah, I'm glad you haven't had a second one too. Not sure what you're asking, Safa. But yeah, I started off contract, and at about the 2-year mark, people saying like they wanted me to stay permanently, and I was going like, it's not going to be fixed term, which is the thing governments do, which in my mind is the worst of both worlds. It's like you only have this job for however many years we say, and you get paid permanent rates, not contract rates. And I was like, no, if it's not a permanent job, you're paying me contract rates. And so they spent a year, they basically had to create a new position for me. And they did. Okay, so jobs were hard to come by after Y2K. It wasn't that. You know what the problem was? Because while Y2K was a real problem and would have had really significant repercussions, by the end, certainly like going into 1999, the consulting companies in particular were fucking ripping off companies. They were bullshitting them, going like, oh yeah, you have to make your escalators Y2K compliant. And it was a fucking scam. And all these big companies had blown their IT budgets because consultancies told them they had to. And then they kind of worked out they'd been scammed, and they were really angry, and they just gutted IT budgets for years. Yeah. Pat, you're going to be at Eastern Hospital. I'm not sure where that is, if that's anywhere near me. Let me have a look. Let me see. Eastern Hospital. Melbourne. What comes up? Eastern Health. There you go. Melbourne Eastern Private Hospital? Is that it? In Baronia? Is that where you're going? That's what the internet search said. Melbourne Eastern Private Hospital in Baronia. Footscray's West. Speaking of American Prime Meal, I've read Blood Meridian. I haven't. Is that that's what's his name? Who writes bleak shit like The Road? Cormac McCarthy. Is that a Cormac McCarthy? The only Cormac McCarthy I've read is The Road. And of course, one of his things was adapted brilliantly, No Country for Old Men. Oh, man. That spiced whiskey is really fucking good, actually. Let me get directions from... Okay. It's 28 kilometers away from me. It's not close. If that is in fact where you are. That's it, the Melbourne Eastern Private Hospital in Baronia. Okay, that is 28 kilometers away from me. So I might be able to if you're in there on the weekend. No Country for Your Old Men, favorite neo-Western. I mean, how good is Javier Bardem in that movie? So fucking good. Like, he's horrifying. He's so scary in that movie. Safa, no, this is not Pepsi. This is an old-fashioned made with my spiced whiskey. Oh, it's really fucking good. God damn. Yum, yum, yum. I think I put too much sugar syrup in. It's really sweet, but it's really yummy. It's like so cinnamony. I had cola earlier. Oreo. My second last can of Oreo Coke Zero. Hannah's suggestion with my cherry rum drink. Yeah, the guy was like a force of nature. He was so scary. Just like really innocent dialogue. Like the thing where he stops at that petrol station and the old guy's there, and he's just like, "What's the most you've ever bet?" And he doesn't actually say anything threatening, but he's clearly making fucking threats the whole time. All that Coke, it's a tiny thing of Coke, definitely counteracted by the amount of alcohol I've drunk. It was. I don't think you can get that anymore. There was Coke flavored Oreos and Oreo flavored Coke, which I thought was very funny. It's like super vanilla Coke. It's no sugar, so it's artificially sweetened, but it's like extra vanilla flavor and extra sweet flavor. So it's not a million miles removed from vanilla Coke, but it's more vanilla, more sweet. What they say? I love. Okay, there's a thing on the side there. It's like besties forever, but forever is covered by a thing that says limited time. Besties for a limited time. Scan here to enter bestie mode. Oh, Jude, did you not know? There was a thing. This was months ago. This has been sitting in my fridge for months. Coke flavored Oreos and Oreo flavored Coke. Oh yeah, no, Woody Harrelson is good generally. Yeah, he was good in it. God, what's the guy's name? Who was basically the lead, because Javier Bardem was essentially the main supporting character. The lead was cowboy guy. What the fuck is his name? Picturing chocolate cookie. Yeah, it's not really chocolate flavored. It's more like the filling in Oreo flavored. Dirty soda. I'm intrigued. What's dirty soda? Popular in the South. Illuminate me, Dontron. What's in a dirty soda? Heavy cream. Heavy cream to a soda. Oh, that sounds genuinely interesting. So that's like a version of an ice cream float. In Australia, by the way, we called when you put ice cream with a soda, that's a spider. And famous drink from the, I think, 50s and 60s that the rockers had was the lime spider. Soda, lime syrup, and ice cream, a lime spider. As if the sugar, so you like the extra cream, not the biscuit part. As if sugar couldn't was there. What's the guy? He was also in Dune. He's been in so many stuff. He's in fucking Sicario. It's doing my head in that I can't remember his name. And Sicario is written by the guy who does Yellowstone, Taylor Sheridan. These early things were the movies Hello, High Water, and Sicario. And he's just doing so many TV series. No. Javier Bardem was the bad guy, the good guy. No, not Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, Taylor Sheridan's busy as fuck. He's got so many shows happening. I want to rewatch Hell or High Water actually to see if I still like it. I've oh my god, did you just wake up, Grace? Josh Brolin, that's who I was trying to think of. Thank you, Dontron. Actually, yes, that was a reunite. Javier Bardem was in June. He was the zealot, but Josh Brolin was Paul's swordmaster. He was in the Goonies when super young. Damn. Oh no, poor Ray's had to wake up. Oh my god. Yeah, Safa, all the Paramount Plus shows for fucking Taylor Sheridan. It's wild. God, he's just getting more and more reactionary with his politics because he's found out that makes him popular. Although, what's interesting to me, all Taylor Sheridan shows have ridiculous reactionary politics, but he also has strong female characters, non-white characters, very favorable to Native Americans. Favorably presents queer characters as well. It's really well. Oh yes, Josh was in Men in Black 3 as the young Tommy Lee Jones. Yes. You heading off, Celtic? What? Rays, what are you doing? Oh yeah, I don't know. How were you up to like 100 days straight or something? Work too hard, man. Oh. Yeah, I put too much sugar syrup in that. I do like sweetness, but that's too sweet. Just needed a little bit. Oh yeah, I did an RIP David Lynch stream the other night, actually. You've been working every day since October. That sounds about right. You seem to be working every friggin' day. You love Men in Black 3. Okay. I didn't hate it. I particularly loved the bit where like Will Smith goes back in time, visits like young Tommy Lee Jones, Josh Brolin, and tells him this outrageous story about time traveling and just this absolutely ridiculous story. And he tells doing it, and the character goes, "Okay," because he's a man in black. That all makes sense to a man in black. Don Toronto, John Compiter was trending after Lynch died. Thankfully, it's just because it was his birthday. I know when there's someone you like and you see them trending, you go, "Oh my god, are they dead?" And then when that's someone you don't like and they're trending, you go, "Oh, I hope they're dead." Meet the dude that can tell multiple futures. Yeah. No. I think with you and Eagles and patriotism, you'll be fine. Also, because you're white. So, Jude, you find the scenes Andy Warhol eating a hamburger so transcendent. Oh dear. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for things to settle down before you know, I guess. David, -10 around your place. Yeah. Funny old thing, the different seasons. It's weird. It might work in your favor or it might slow it down. It's impossible to know at this point. Change and transition throws everything into turmoil. I know, Rays, so MAGA, most MAGA. Eagles, America, freedom. It still tastes like sugar. It's like the ice has been melting. It doesn't taste like water. It tastes like liquid sugar. Yes, keeping your arm extended because you love Musk. Oh my god. Okay, now that tastes like water. That's good. Oh, I like that. Making America gullible ass hats. Well, I kind of loved. So, Men in Black were one of the many urban legends that secret government operatives who were controlling knowledge of aliens and whatnot. Um, and sometimes in some versions of the Men in Black urban legend, the Men in Black were actually aliens. And I looked at this with a friend, and we had an idea which I still like as an idea, because this whole thing about the alien Men in Black monitoring humans and wanting to understand humans. So they pretend to be social workers and would follow the growth of a baby through to adult, and they'd be measuring and whatnot. And so they'd always return to these houses and measure the kids, starting from babies through the thing. And it's because they were trying to understand human physiology. And we had this idea of the Men in Black visiting this one house, and one of them realizes the kid they're monitoring is being abused and wants to do something to stop it. And their superiors are like, no, we can't give ourselves away. We're just monitoring the humans, not getting involved. But this one alien is like, no, what's happening to this kid is fucked. We have to stop it. So you're saying the Men in Black comics infinitely darker than the movies. Neat. Ready, say it before I say it again. No, I think you'll be fine, honestly. Oh, God. Didn't Will Smith release the most shit music, though, honestly? Way back to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Parents just don't understand. Don Tron, your partner's stockpiling her HRT drug. Oh, hell yeah. Definitely. No. Bad shit. And just women who had been using period tracking apps, they're getting warnings like, stop using it because really repressive states are doing data mining off it. Ray's Will Smith Miami makes you excited when it comes on. Nice. Oh my God. Oh, speaking of bad movies, Wild Wild fucking West. Jesus Christ. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, tick, tick. Who was that? Boom, boom, shake the room. That wasn't Will Smith, was it? Was that Will Smith? I was watching / listening to some music videos on YouTube today, some old school ones. Wild Wild West was a letdown. Yes. Music video game. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, the giant mechanical spider. Damn. So that was Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff. Okay. I hear you both there. That was. Yes, that remake of Aladdin, which I don't watch any of those fucking Disney remakes. The CGI and or live action ones. Damn. Will Smith turned down Neo to do Wild Wild West. All the could have beens with castings, like because I was just flicking through channels on Foxtel the other day, and the original Dirty Harry was on, and I watched quite a chunk of it. I was talking about it with Mrs. Angry, and like, it's a well-made film, but it's super 70s. And I looked up the history of it, and the character of Harry Callahan was meant to be about 20 years older than Clint Eastwood was at the time. And the movie was initially going to be made with Frank Sinatra was going to play the lead. And he dropped out for whatever reason. And they were trying to get everyone else, Paul Newman, Steve McQueen, and they just kept rejecting it because it was too violent and right-wing. And someone said, violent right-wing, you should get Clint Eastwood. And so they had to sort of modify the vibe of it because it was meant to be in New York with a 50-something detective, and it ends up being in San Francisco with a 30-something detective. And, the rest is history because it was so successful. Yeah, the original Wild Wild West was a TV series. Saying the Aladdin remake was frame for frame. Okay. Yeah. Wrath of Khan. That's one of my favorite Star Trek movies. Yeah, Sinatra had first dibs, but he ended up dipping out. Oh, Clint Eastwood is so fucking right wing. Always has been. Very competent filmmaker, though. Oh, nice. When the Star Trek experience was in Vegas, the restaurant had a sandwich called the Wrap of Khan. That's awesome. Damn. Okay, of the original Star Trek movies, the only ones I like are Wrath of Khan, The Undiscovered Country, and First Contact. The rest are all somewhere between average and shit. And maybe I just like The Undiscovered Country because it's got Christopher Plummer as a Klingon reciting Shakespeare, which I fucking love. Cry havoc and let loose the dogs of war. Ooh, a smorgasbord. Nice. You want to? Yeah, I think that's how you had to. I think that's how you had to order it. No, you go. I want the wrap of car. I think they wouldn't give it to you if you didn't order it like that. You like the voyage home? Okay, I don't hate the voyage home. So if you roll so much blue bubbles in your sleep, damn. Okay. Oh, they wanted to cast Sinatra in a lot of things. Oh, that was drooled. Okay, you drooled so much. I wondered what you were saying. God damn. Yes, I know the movie Voyage Home. There are a few good jokes when because they're in San Francisco again. There are a few good jokes. Like, why is Spock acting so weird? He took too much LDS in the 60s. Jude, the Star Trek experience served a drink in a goldfish bowl with dry ice called the Warp Core Breach. Fun fact, serving drinks with dry ice in them, extremely dangerous and you shouldn't do it. Because if someone like inhales or swallows a chip of dry ice, it could fuck them up really badly. It looks cool. I love dry ice. It looks so cool when you put it in liquid. You should not serve people drinks with dry ice in them. It's so dangerous. Okay, got to go to America and join us. Yep, this is something stupid that occurs to me because you know how the US law enforcement things, when they're in some operation, they all have a thing on them saying what they are, like police or FBI or DEA or whatever. ICE have a thing that says police and then ICE, like there's an echo. Police, ICE. Yes, Spock nerve pinching the pump guy on the bus with the boombox was memorable. And there was a callback to that. Might have been in Picard that was pretty funny. One of the Paramount streaming series of Star Trek, I think it was Picard, had a callback to that was quite funny. Yeah, because it was in a bowl, not a single search. Not a single serve. Yeah, that's an old tiki tradition. Serving Scorpion Bowl was the famous one. Serving a great big thing with straws that people were meant to share. Hey, Luke, what's this? Trump's been in office for a few days. Things are already... Oh, shit's happening, man. Safa, basically, yes. Saw alcohol poisoning in that bar. Damn. And contractually, Sinatra had... Yeah, there was a whole thing with weird shit with people having first rights of refusal. Yes, I love that you corrected that to had to have. I don't think he has first right of refusal on anything anymore. But God, was there anything he was actually? His Ocean's 11 wasn't bad. In fact, it was pretty good, really. I'm trying to think, is there another good Sinatra movie? I can't really think of one. And yes, Ice of the Police Who Deal with Immigration. I thought you were female with your green card to the earth. There you go. Oh, I don't think. Yes, okay, that's a good one, Dontron. I have not seen that, the original Manchurian Candidate movie. I need to watch that. Sinatra would have driven Hans Mad singing Blue Moon through the radio, taunting him. Yes. Seen more Sinatra biographies than movies. Yeah. Loogie, another news. Looking for a roommate? Oh, yeah, dude. Fucking shit's hard, man. So then they made a mail green card for you with your mum's USSR passport. Dontron, is that the new streaming series of Day of the Jackal? I've been meaning to watch that. Back in 94, still making USSR passports. All right, all right, all right. Compelled to misquote the old Graham Parker song just to. Ooh, God, look at that. See that? Actually, probably there's a residue there. I think it's from the cooking spices. This is my liqueur, which I need to make a new batch of because it's almost gone. So that's with the spiced apple sugar syrup I was talking about. And then I just do a blend of whiskey, rum, and brandy. So basically 200 mils of each. 200 mils of the sugar syrup, 200 mils of whiskey, 200 mils of brandy, 200 mils of rum, and just a super fucking yum liqueur. The only Sinatra film we saw was second Cannonball film. He's only in for 5 seconds. There you go. Oh, you watched the 70s one with what, Edward Fox is the jackal in that? Yeah, I want to watch the new show. Hopefully I love the old movie. I mean, I think I've seen it and enjoyed it. Yeah, sorry. Freddie could proper brawl. Who are we talking about here? Freddie Mercury? I think that had some appeal. Not fantastic, the Bruce Willis Jackal movie. Your birth certificate says you're born in the USA, but oh well, you know, it is what it is, man. Dontron, ice cold. Freddie was a boxer. Who are we talking about? I've missed something. Freddie who? Oh, okay. Right back to Frank Sinatra. Yes. Okay. Yes. We were talking Freddie Mercury. Mercury, in response to Sinatra, wouldn't stand for his antics. I mean, honestly, Freddie Mercury was renowned for winding people up. I love there's a thing he said in some interview, like, oh, yes. I met Sid Vicious once and I called him Simon Ferocious and he was really upset at me. Luigi, an old woman from local domestic violence shelter, seems the best applicant. Okay, I hope that works for you, man. Homefieldy, if you like Day of the Jackal. Oh, 3 Days of the Condor was good. That's Michael Caine, isn't it? Because I think that's Mrs. Angry going to bed. So I'll be going to bed soon. Robert Redford. Okay. I have seen it. I remember liking it. But, you know, so long ago. Seen so many other films. Oh, 5 minutes early, Safa. Yeah, no, I think it was well over a decade ago that I last saw 3 Days of the Condor. Ray's your favourite story. Group of gay bashers tried to attack him. So he said, darling, you couldn't handle this ride even if you wanted to. Blew them a kiss before... Nice. Think you're going to rewatch 3 Days of the Condor? Damn. Oh, Michael Caine was great in Get Carter, actually. Was it Stallone tried to do a remake of that? And the Italian Job. Michael Caine in The Italian Job was really good. And again, even the remake of that with Marky Mark wasn't terrible. Ooh, the Ipcrest file. God, now we get it. Is this like deep into... Oh, you know what I almost had as a theme for the thing? It is the anniversary of the end of the Battle of Rorke's Drift in the Zulu Wars, which was immortalized in the Michael Caine film Zulu, which is a really fucking good movie. So I almost had a memorial for the end of the Battle of Rorke's Drift. Luke, your last week, your roommate tried to see you for asking to pay a portion of the rent. Damn, yeah. But yeah, you don't need that grief even if it gets cast out. I mean, honestly, the majority of Stallone movies are a joke. Dontron turning before too much longer. Oh, is that insomnia speaking, Dontron, being up at 6 a.m.? Infidelity. Cool spy movies inspired by Bond. Oh, what was the one with... Okay, I'm thinking of two. Dean Martin did one. That was a James Bond knockoff. And James Coburn. James Coburn was our man Flint. James Coburn, cool as fuck, by the way. There were so many fucking James Bond knockoffs. And I said Michael Caine went straight to Get Carter. Dontron, anything you remember for Bruce Willis Jackal movie, blowing away Jack Black? Yes, that was probably the high point. Shooting Jack Black with a robotic sniper rifle. Dontron's in Northwest Georgia. There you go. Matt Helm, that was the freaking Dean Martin one. Yeah, all these James Bond knockoffs. Also, okay, you may have heard the term spaghetti western, or you may not have. What that refers to is a bunch of films that were made in Italy with mainly or sometimes wholly Italian casts, and then they were dubbed into English for American audiences. But they would, a lot of them, they would bring in some English-speaking actors, like Clint Eastwood, notoriously The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, The Magnificent Seven. There were these movies, some of them were like very good, but a huge number that were very bad, made in Italy, and that's why they were called spaghetti westerns. There's a lesser known one. Sergio Leone is like the best known director of spaghetti westerns. There's a lesser known one of him that was released under two names. One, because A Fistful of Dollars was one of the most successful spaghetti westerns. Again, Clint Eastwood. There's this one that has James Coburn in it. He's like an IRA revolutionary on the run, ends up in Mexico and teams up with Mexican revolutionaries. So this movie is either called A Fistful of Dynamite to try and cash in on a fistful of dollars, or its proper title is Duck You Sucker, which is such a great name. But it's a lesser known and really good. Yes, it's either known as Fistful of Dynamite or Duck You Sucker. Fucking cool. Oh God. Okay, just before going to bed, Hanson response to Trump leaving who? All right. Hanson, Trump, who? Let's fucking see. Oh no, not fucking maps. Wait, are we talking about Pauline Hanson? I'm seeing a thing someone called Victor Davis Hanson. Yeah, Trump withdrawing from the World Health Organization while we're right on the cusp of a fucking bird flu pandemic. Yeah, Noog, the duck you sucker is James Coburn's like because he's an explosives guy, and it's what he says to someone when he's set an explosion about to happen, and he's just with someone, and they go, "What have you done?" And he just says, "Duck, you sucker." Good thing, kaboom. My Name Is Nobody is a good spaghetti western. There's a bunch of good spaghetti westerns actually. We've just started rewatching Twin Peaks because we noticed it was on Amazon Prime. And yes, Trump is turning loose his flying monkeys. What could possibly go wrong? All right, I'm going to finish this. Oh, I forgot to get some orange garnish. I missed that. I feel bad letting Mrs. Angry down. Oh my God, I love these cherries so fucking much. Yeah, it's tapping out time. See you all tomorrow. We'll see how long I last tomorrow. I'm going to get some sleep. What's your person to do? Okay. Party night tomorrow. I'm going to get Discord just before I go to bed. Da-da-da-da. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, here we go. Hanson backs. Hanson urges Australia to exit World Health Organization for Southern. Yeah, she's just a steaming pile of shit trying to get her own. Ugh, she just sucks so fucking much. Oh dear. What a note to finish on. Going sleepy bobos. So I'm going to be watching Twin Peaks tomorrow night. Maybe something else as well. Who knows? Mixing things up. But in all probability, I'll be on tomorrow night. Little asterisk, who knows? Anything could happen. But I'm going to bed now. So see you another time. Bye.
You are totally fucked!